All right, good night, everyone. Welcome to the MIB Secrets. I'm your host, Jason Craig, back with yet another episode. And tonight, we have a special guest that hails from the Spice Isle of Grenada. Our guest has lost up to 28 pounds. 28 pounds! I'm going to say it again. And she's going to show you exactly how she did it, the steps, the journey, and share everything with us. So without further ado, let's bring on our special guest, Miss Maxween. Christine, how are you? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Lovely. Welcome to MIB Secrets.
Well, thank you, Jason.
And thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to actually show up. We appreciate that.
You're most welcome, I think.
Think we're getting off to a good start. I'm enjoying this. Why don't we kick it off by you telling the audience a little bit more about yourself?
Well, the first name is actually Lindell Maxween.
Okay.
I am 30 plus.
We can work with that. Nobody gives the age on the show, so it's fine.
I am 30 plus with two boys, 10, and one is almost 5, 10 and 4. Married now 12 years.
Congrats.
And living a grateful life.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. And of course, we know that you're from the lovely Isle of Grenada.
Yes,
Beautiful.
where everything is nice. In
I would
Jesus
agree.
Christ.
I would agree. I've been living here 5 years. I will definitely agree with you. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful place.
And I'm sure you're enjoying it.
Oh, can't ask some more. So I totally agree with you. And for those of you listening, at some point, please visit. Once we lift the borders and we lift the restrictions, come and visit Experience Grenada for yourself.
Oh, yes.
I was a shameless plug for us advertising for Grenada. Shameless plug. So let's stick with the name Lindell. I know you're Christine, but let's work with Lindell. So Lindell, seeing that you corrected us there, I've spoken to a lot of ladies on this show, right? And one of the first questions I like to start by asking, what would you say was the contributing factor to the initial weight gain? Now, some say it's pregnancy, others say because of their line of work, shift system. What's yours?
I think mine was more pregnancy and after pregnancy. Now, I normally tell myself a baby carrier, but not a maker.
Fair enough.
Because I had 2 C-sections, yeah. I have lovely journeys, no sickness or so during pregnancy, but whenever it comes to delivery, somehow I end up on the table. So hence the reason why I tell myself that. So after my second child, I just felt like I that's it. Like I wanted to keep safe. I didn't want to get pregnant again. So I went on the injection right after, like my first 6-week checkup. I went on the injection, and at first there was no weight gain. It was good. It was going okay. But then what I started noticing too, when I had my first child, I was like 25. The second one, I was 30. So at 25 with my first child, by the time I had my 6-week checkup, I was back down to my pre-pregnancy weight. Yeah, all baby fat. It was gone. With my second child at 30, it wasn't like that. The body did not snap back. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
And then I guess that and plus the injection, but I took the injection like over a period of time, was like years, like a 3-year period, and I did that religiously, never missing it. And I guess after a while, it started building up in the system. So even when I noticed, like, okay, I had a baby 3 years ago and I'm still at 200 pounds, I'm like, what is happening here? So I think that helped. That helped a lot. And it was a kind of creeping weight, like it's there, you don't really pay attention. And then the next thing I found myself like in an uncomfortable position where I was wearing my maternity clothes to feel comfortable in my body.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah. Imagine 3 years after, and I'm wearing maternity clothes.
Wow.
So I think, yeah, that's I think age too, like the different times of having, your children, a
Mhm.
younger age and being older, so the body doesn't snap back, and then going back, on the getting on the injection. Then I know that they did tell me that was one of the side effects, and I tried as much as possible to watch what I ate, because it kind of helps, but
Mhm.
I guess, yeah, the weight still came. But
Oh.
I guess maybe because so I never really lost it, so
Mhm.
to speak. So yeah.
Wow. And you mentioned that the weight
Mhm.
sort of creeped up. Now, when it creeped up, what did it top off at? Like, what was the max you were up at?
Um, 202.
202.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. 202.
Hmm.
That's like pregnancy weight for me. I don't weigh that outside of pregnancy.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
So what was it, Lyndon, that snapped in your mind to say, hey, Lyndon, you need to do something. This is a little bit too much. What was that, would you say, spark that initiated that desire to lose the weight?
I knew I wanted to lose the weight, but I don't know. It's like I always felt like it didn't have time. But when I noticed, like I started becoming really, really uncomfortable. I was like, but you're young, you're in early 30s, and to be comfortable in my body, I find myself wearing so much big clothes. And I won't tell people, it's not something like I went around and announced it, oh, I'm uncomfortable. But sometimes when I look at myself,
Mm.
the pictures, like I was hardly taking pictures. So I started becoming very, very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then in March, I think, of this year, and I went to do my annual medical, and the doctor was like, you need to lose some weight.
Mm.
And I think that was like the defining factor. There's like having somebody else say it to me,
Mm-hmm.
like it really hits.
Ah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes. It's like having somebody say to me, hit. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what did you do? What was the first step you took after the doctor said, hey, Lindell, we need to make a change? What did you do?
Well, honestly, the first thing I did, it was like I was making excuses. I started making excuses. I was like, but I had changed how I eat, which was the truth. I did change how I was eating and stuff like that. Like I cut back on stuff. And the first thing he wanted me to do was to go to a nutritionist.
Okay.
And so he set up the appointment, and then I did go. But between that time, I had met Mr. Calburn under unfortunate circumstances. And I remember
Okay.
I was having a conversation with you at the office, and you was like, oh, you need to get to your second job, I think you said. So I was like, second job, but you're a pilot. Why, what's a second job? And then you started telling me about your MIP and your ladies and how you have this group. And it's so funny. I don't know what, God is so good, because sometimes when I sit down and think about how it played out, like
Mhm.
me wanting to do something about my weight, and then here is somebody who was helping people. And I remember we spoke a little bit, and I was telling you, well, I have to see the nutritionist, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to give you up to so and so time. Let's see how you do after that visit. And I like the challenge. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show
Mhm.
you that after I visit that nutritionist, you're going to see a change. And it was really, it was so easy going, like talking to you after you explained. And you sent me the link. I think you sent me the Facebook link.
Right, right.
And then I still started going there
Mhm.
and looking at people, looking at their journey, looking at their progress. And I'm like, wow. Because for me, one of the things is that exercising. Even though I changed up how I ate a bit, I wasn't getting any exercise in.
Mhm.
at all, because it's just work, church, children, the home, everything. It just seems like it was taking up time. And going on that Facebook page with the ladies, and it was the 6 Pounds Ignited Challenge at the time, and seeing how you have grown women putting in the effort, going in hard. I'm like, but wait, I can do something. So even seeing the nutritionist, and then she's telling me, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And when we met after, I think you sent me the plan. And I started looking at it. I started looking at the ladies, the intermittent fasting and so forth. And I'm like, well, I can do this, and I can do it. And I started the exercising. It wasn't easy. I would come home. Sometimes what I would do, come home, and as soon as I reach in, just change my clothes and just get back right out the door, go and walk. That's how it started for me. Just getting up, seeing people pushing. I told myself, well, look, these women are older than you, and look, they're doing it, they're making it happen.
Right.
I could make it happen. Yeah. So it was a real big help, a big push right there.
Nice. So you mentioned that you the 6 Pounds Ignited Challenge group at the time. What would you say was one of the biggest things you learned there that really helped to kickstart that weight loss for you?
Learning how to eat, because even though I had, cut back on a lot of stuff, I still wasn't doing enough. Yeah. So I started telling myself, well, you cut back on the meat and you're eating more vegetables, so you're doing this and doing that, but it wasn't enough. Obviously, that's why the weight just stayed. And then I even learned to, it's just not the eating, but you have to put in some exercise. Especially in my case, I could see, like, you getting down. If you get down to where you want, thereafter you can probably ease up on your exercise, not stop completely, but ease up on it when you have reached certain goals. But from where I was starting off, exercise was very important, and that is one of the greatest things, within the 6 Pounds Ignited Challenge, that it showed me that you have to get in the exercise also with your eating plan.
Got you. And for someone who has, you said, never really been to exercising, what form or what sort of exercise did you initially start off with?
Well, I used to, Jason, exercise like a long time ago,
Oh, okay.
I tried, I actually tried in the earlys, like I used to go to the SSU fitness camp and this kind of. Yeah, I did some dancing, but everything just fell apart at some point. But I started off walking.
Okay.
I started off with walking. And then as time progressed, I realized sometimes when I came back from walking, I had more energy. So I started, when I reached back home, I would incorporate some jumping jacks or some jump ropes. My squats and so forth. Listen, and it didn't just hit right off. When I just started walking, I would come back panting. It was horrible. I'm going and I'm thinking to myself, but wait, did I do so much for me to be feeling that way? It was that bad. And then, as I started progressing, I realized, okay, you reach home now, but sometimes I would reach and I feel like, okay, I have more energy. I can do more. So then that's when when I reached back, I started, the jumping jacks and the jump ropes, the squats and the different things. And I started watching, different exercises again, and then going back to those earlier days, stuff that we used to do. And, start back doing them. Yeah, nice. But it really wasn't all that easy. Sometimes I couldn't even get past 10 jumping jacks.
Well, I'm really glad you have progressed from there. Lovely.
Yes. I've come a very, very long way.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. That
yeah.
that gives, I mean, other women listening hope that hey, even though the initial start is a little bit rough, stick with it, and you'll definitely hit your goals. So my question to you now.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, stick with it. Yeah, really stick. No, they really stick with it. Trust me, because you would get better, and as you get better, you feel better, and you
Mhm.
push yourself more. Because now I have went from like walking my route to jogging my route. So
Wow.
that, and that's like a great thing for me. I would jog and come back, and sometimes get in between 40 to 60 jumping jacks in, or 100 jump ropes still after.
Wow.
So keep pressing on. Trust me. You may feel like you're not even doing much,
Hmm.
but keep pressing.
Nice, nice. And now that you are down 28
Yep.
pounds, how does it feel?
I feel amazing most times. But and the reason why I say most times it's sort of crazy because I'm at the point now. Sometimes I don't see the weight loss. Like I'm wondering I was in denial or something. Although I knew the weight gain was there, but I guess too I am at the point where maybe I want to see more. I
Okay.
guess I don't know, but I really don't know. But honestly, sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't.
Hmm.
But being 28 pounds down, it's a wonderful feeling. It's really, really nice. And I'm telling you, the best part is me now when I go out there to exercise and feeling energized, feeling energetic, not feeling bit down after I take 2 steps and I can't breathe. That's like the best part, having more energy, being able to run up a couple steps. It's
Mm,
that feeling is really, really good. Being able to put down the maternity clothes. It's
nice.
awesome. It's a really nice feeling. And on my birthday, a couple weeks ago, on the 4th, I celebrated my birthday.
Happy
And
belated.
my darling auntie, she put up this picture of me on WhatsApp. And it was a picture from I think it was last year. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's how I look. And I understand now why right my father-in-law teases me, he calls me Slims.
Hmm.
And I was like, really? Because sometimes when you're in it, you're in denial. That picture was such an opener for me. I'm like, oh, that's how I was looking.
Wow.
28 pounds down is a real awesome feeling. Trust
Nice.
me.
Nice. So, like Linda,
Trust
we're at
me.
the 4 minute
It's
mark,
real. It's
and I
it's
have
awesome.
nice. So we're at the 4 minute mark, and I have two more power questions I have for you. One is, if you were to go back to
Already?
Lindell a couple of
Yeah.
months ago, right, the one that was up at 202, and talk her through the process. Now you are coaching that Lindell to get to where you are today. What would you tell her? Step one, step two, step three. Go for it.
Okay, well, first of all, tell her that she deserves better.
Mhm.
First of all, because doing that is not just like for short term, it's for long term. And then the earlier that you get it done, it's the better. So if you start now rather than waiting later on in life, it's going to be better,
Mhm.
right? Um, Secondly, I would say get your mind into it, solely into it. Be prepared to put in the work, be prepared to make the sacrifices because sometimes it is truly a sacrifice. There are
Mhm.
times you may not be able to go for 30-minute walks or
Mhm.
30-minute exercise. Sometimes I get to only push in 10, 15, still do it.
Mhm.
And thirdly, stick no matter what. Try your best and stick to it. You get a plan, let the plan work for you and stick to that plan.
Got you. Got you. Well, thank you so much, Lindell.
That's my one,
And
two, three.
lovely. So, number one is that you deserve better. Number two, get your mindset right. Prepare for the work that is ahead. And number
Yeah.
three, follow whatever plan is given to you. So, I'm going to give you the floor
Well,
60
yeah.
seconds,
Yeah. You stick
right?
to that plan.
There are ladies out there just like you who have gone up to above the 200 mark, maybe had kids, maybe went on the birth control, and they're stuck. They need some sort of advice to push forward. What would you tell them?
I would ask them is like, where do you want to see yourself tomorrow? You want to see yourself tomorrow. Don't even think about, and maybe not even quite tomorrow. Where do you want to see yourself in the next couple hours or the next couple minutes? Because that is sometimes what it boils down to. As we being at that weight is nowhere healthy for us. It is not. It's not healthy at all. It's a lot of work on your organs. It's a lot of work on your body, and it's just too much. And then set your mindset. Just get it in that you can do this. It starts with you. Do not expect what others are doing to work for you. Sometimes it may work, sometimes it doesn't, but don't make that be the determining factor of everything that you set out to do. Because even in this, Jason, in this MIB family, you would see that persons lose weight faster than others.
Right.
Some people feel that they're stuck and they're not going anywhere. Trust me, honey, you're not stuck. Progress is progress. You getting up and saying that I am going to do something about my weight, that is not being stuck. That is progress. You getting up and say, okay, I can do better, I can get rid of this weight. It is progress. So don't ever feel too down. Don't beat up on yourself too much neither. Get up, believe in yourself, because it starts there. Believe in yourself, believe in the program, believe that it can be done. Because if you're going to it with the mindset, well, I have done this, I've done that, and maybe it won't work. No, honey. If you think like that, then it wouldn't work. But if you're going with a positive attitude, it would work. And remember, crawling, it is progress. That's just the beginning. When you see the end result, you'll be blooming and greening all over. It is worth it.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Linda. That was definitely a powerful tip. Really appreciated that. And I know the ladies listening definitely would appreciate it. So
Linda, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for being part of the MIB Secrets show tonight. You really dropped some powerful nuggets here and motivation. Your story is definitely a phenomenal one. And more importantly, that those closing remarks definitely I'm moved by them listening to you. So thank you.
You guys, welcome. We all are here to help each other.
Nice. Thank you very much. Yeah. So this brings us to the end of this episode of the MIB Secrets. Thank you for joining us. And until our next episode, I'm your host, Jason Craig, again here with our special MIB superstar, Lindell Maxwell, who has just uncovered all strategies and more motivation for us.